So last week on LinkedIn, I shared some tips on project management, and this week I thought I would share some of my tips on systems integration. But rather than doing that by writing them down, I thought I'd try and do a video for you and bring it a bit more alive. Systems integration is an area that I find many of my customers are quite scared about in case it goes wrong, in case it's going to be really, really expensive. And also quite often IT teams are not always the most shall we say, enthusiastic for doing integration. So it's one of those things where sometimes it's left till after the project or later part of the project. And we've all seen some of those legacy systems where the only integration is somebody emailing or printing off something and somebody else keying it into another system. And that's really common within 3PL environments where you're getting new customers and you want to take their orders in. But it shouldn't be scary. There are some ways you can do it, and quite often you'll find it's really cost effective. So my main tips for doing this are: one, get really clear of where all your data is. Create a data map, work out what data's held and how it's been passed from one system to another. That will help you identify where you are having this manual data transfer. Then you need to identify those manual areas and drill down and be really clear on where is the data held in both systems, how is it held, what type of data is it, and is it transformed in any way between the two systems. Once you've done this, you're then into the investigate stage. And for that, the best way is to get a workshop with the two development teams to look at all the different options. And there will be more than one option and way of doing this. If you find that you're using some of the newer systems, they'll have an integration layer, and that will be really make it much easier for you, because that will do the transformation, because there will be some transformation of changing how one data looks like in one system to another. If that's not possible and you're using large volumes of data, you can even look at middleware. So having a third-party solution that will take the data from one, help you with the transformation and put it out to another system. Once you've looked at all the options, you then need to decide on one, document what that option is, and then start to look at and cost it. And then you can start to look at your return on investment. So will you get a return on investment because it will take less time? Or is the return on investment a little bit softer in the fact that you'll have much better accuracy, which could, for example, reduce the number of returns that you have, so save costs later on in the business. Once you've got that ROI document, you can go and fund your project. Once you've persuaded everybody to do it, the next stage is to create one clear technical specification for the whole project. And I really advise not to have separate technical specs for each team, but one joint technical spec. That means they both get to see each other's side of it, and that you find that will show you some of the issues, and each team will raise an issue, potential problem, or where there's a difference. So one single technical spec for the whole project. Then you need to plan out your project, one clear project plan, joint between all teams, and with some mutual clear milestones so that both teams are delivering to a definite same date. So we don't have one team that's built everything and we're still waiting months and months for the other team to deliver. So joint mutual milestones, and a large part of that project plan will be your test part of the project. And it's really important to focus on that test part of the project and to get people that are doing the manual work now to be involved in that testing part of the project. So, because they know the data best, they know what it's doing now. So test with all sorts of data coming from, and test in as near a live environment as you can. And once you are sure that your data is being transferred correctly and cleanly into the systems, then you can put it live. And these projects can make a big difference to your operation. So yes, they're very technical, and therefore operational people are more worried about those projects, but they can bring huge benefits in increased accuracy and large savings of time, and even sustainability savings of less paper in some environments as well. So definitely consider it and see whether you can save yourself some time and some money. Thank you.